Hey everyone, it's Stormy with the Family Garden. It is the first week of May and I'm getting the first update in the backyard. So it's a little late, but it got to start sometime, right? So let's do a little scan here. We have had an enormous amount of rain here in California this past winter. And as you can see, all of my grass is growing like crazy. It's growing in places it's never grown before. I have to weed all this stuff out. It's gonna be a lot of work, but we do have some beds planted out. We have in this bed squash and corn. We got herbs and some beans and flowers. Here I have some garlic that is starting to show signs of being ready to harvest, but I'm going to let it stay in there a little longer. Also corn, squash, beans, and some herbs and flowers. Here we have sunflowers. We were feeding the chickens some sunflower seeds and they didn't really like them, but they all got planted in this bed. So this is a little sunflower forest, as well as corn, squash, beans, and flowers. It's really funny to watch the chickens play in there. It's a little chicken forest. It's super duper cute. This bed is also planted out. The only bed that has planted on purpose tomatoes. And I can't remember what kind they were because I didn't take note, of course. I also have some cucumbers growing on a back trellis there. Some squash, watermelon, herbs, flowers, and there's my cat. That's Shadow. He always comes out into the garden with me in the morning. He's this sweet little boy. This bed isn't totally cleaned out yet, and neither is this one and those two tall ones over there. We've been focusing on the chickens and getting them their home secured and everything. But in here we have strawberry plants now. The chickens have been coming over here and they have eaten almost all of the unripe strawberries. Chickens love strawberries. And so back here we don't have anything planted in the back for a couple reasons. One, time. It went from raining like crazy to being almost like 90, 95 degrees in like the span of a week. It was crazy. But here we do have the lemon balm from last year made it. So I'm happy about that. Artichokes are growing like crazy. I've already harvested and cooked up a couple batches. We have quite a bit of ants and aphids on this one. Trying to encourage ladybugs over there. And so back here in this bed, there's still a couple of strawberries and some flowers. Looks like we're starting to get some kind of squash or cucumber. And then this bed here, actually this bed and this bed, we planted out sunchoke tubers a few years ago, and now they're just really being quite invasive, and you see them coming out all the way into the beds, halfway into the beds. So before we can plant out these last two, we have to address that. I'd heard that sunchokes can be invasive, and I just didn't believe it. So if you have sunchokes, keep them in a pot or something. You see, back patio, everything is just not quite ready yet for summer, and it feels like summer. I know it's spring. But in here we have a lot of strawberries that made it from last year. Flowers, these are so pretty. The color is just unreal. Still, this bed, everything's been taken down and we're starting to clean up. So that's nice. So quick on the fruit trees, the persimmon, for the first time in a very long time, we have flowers. So we'll see if we actually get persimmons this year. This is the chicken bush. They love hanging out underneath there. The multi-graph has the same fungus from last year, and I've sprayed it once with the fungicide, and I need to do it again. If you can see, the spray I have is just some kind of copper spray. So it's not like bad to use around the kids or animals. It takes a little more sprays, but it works, so we're gonna stick with it. I don't know if I see any fruit. We were loaded with flowers, but with this fungus, I would be surprised if we got fruit this year. There's some up here on the plum, I think. We do have a lot of fruit on the mulberry, which is awesome. We've been eating fruit off of the mulberry tree every day. Ugh. Let's see. And there's one. Oops. There's a whole bunch. Chickens. This one walking to the water. Heard it crow this morning. So we have one rooster at least. But they're cute. And they're just so much fun to have around. They're free ranging right now because we have to finish the chicken run. So that's why they're getting into the garden, and they're pooping everywhere. Compost, finally put the sides on it. That was an achievement. It actually was really fast, and I feel silly for not completing it sooner, but at least it's done. So this one's done. I'm going to start working it this way. And this summer, one of the goals is to restack our firewood because it's kind of spread out and we could redo it. All right, chicken tractor, compost pile. We have quite a bit going on. This is all the way up to my shoulders this year. I always thought figs were fast growers, but for whatever reason, ours is not. But I'm excited to at least have a few figs this year. And then, so that's about it, what's going on in the backyard. I'll do another video with the front yard natives because there's a lot going on out there. But anyway, thanks for checking in. That was a quick one, hopefully. And I hope to see you next time. Make a great day.